do this,
Oh my, I got it.
but
I got it.
I got to have something for the invite.
Yeah, I got one of these days they're gonna have that up there. I said, no recording today. I have secrets to tell.
I can always turn it off.
I know.
I've gone through and edited stuff out before. Billy and I would have a conference like, hey, Tom, you better take that out. Okay, fine.
Yeah, really.
So the next
Did you get
the
them?
next 2 weeks, because of Thanksgiving and because
Right.
I'm going to California to see my kids, we're going to
Right.
skip the next 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Sorry about that, but
That's okay. Everybody's got people coming by or doing stuff.
well, yeah, I tried to do it on the road, but it doesn't work.
Nah, it'll be all right. I was going through my files and I pulled up. I think it must have been our 50th reunion. Yeah, and and I had a whole list of people no longer with us. Like, oh Jesus!
Yeah, that can get depressing.
Yeah, I just put
Well,
it back away. I don't know why I keep some stuff for a long time. Probably
it's
just
it's not funny because Peter died, but for some reason, Peter's email address, every time I would send out the invite, I would have to redo Peter's and JW somebody's email because it just wouldn't come up. But now I don't have to do Peter's, so I do JW Bryce's though.
oh yeah.
And then some of the people I had to take off because they were, they weren't doing well and they were getting the emails and their wife would send me something. Cut them out of the emails. Okay, fine. I did.
Yeah. Just tell you, and then that's all you need to know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do. Before I die, I'm gonna make a whole bunch of recordings and just leave them on here.
So Barry, what's up in New Orleans? Hey, Billy.
So
Hey, Bill.
yeah, Barry's got his stogie going.
Yeah. And guess what? It's sprinkling outside. First time we saw rain in 3 months.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
It hadn't made it to our house yet, but
That's
Bonnie had me plant 4 river birches in the backyard because she heard it was going to rain.
Sprinkling and battery. Believe me, it's the first time in months.
Yeah.
Well, Billy, wasn't it like 40 degrees this morning when you woke up?
No, it's been in the 80s.
In the morning? Oh, okay. I was listening to the
it's been
WWL.
I'm back to WWL. Wow.
Yeah. And I've been listening about the fog in the mornings, about everybody, about the causeway. First it was closed, then it was open, and
This
I-10
morning
was closed.
this morning it wasn't so bad this morning, from what I understand. I didn't have to go across the causeway, but a couple of days this week, just getting the kids to school, we're close to the approach to the causeway. It was hard to get across it because everybody was coming all the way from Slidell to use the causeway because they couldn't get across Slidell Bridge.
Right. And then one other bridge is still down from the hurricane, isn't it?
Part of 11 is, yeah.
Hey, Christian.
Hey guys.
Hey, Chris.
Oh, Chris.
Yeah, Chris. Roger, you sent me an email yesterday. And then Roger got on an hour early today because Arizona doesn't have daylight savings time, so it's crazy.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. Now I discovered that when I took the boys to the Grand Canyon about 10 years ago. I left Albuquerque in the morning, and I thought, well, I'll get to Marble Falls in Arizona about 2 o'clock. It'd be almost time to check in, and I got there at noon. Because I not only went in from into a new time zone, I also went into Arizona, which didn't have daylight savings time. So I gained 2 hours driving from Albuquerque to Arizona.
Yeah, you're going fast, man.
Yeah, that's right. I almost got there before I left.
That's funny.
That's good because they don't need to give people down there too much to think about. So
That's right. Yeah, no, it's kind of course, Arizona's on regular time all the time. You know,
Yeah, that's right.
they never want daylight savings.
No,
You know,
don't
like
have-
it takes a little getting used to. It's like when you go outside at 5:15 and it's dark already at night.
You know, when they had the World Series down there, they allowed the bars to stay open an hour longer. So,
Yeah.
which is sort of strange because the game got over with early, 7 o'clock or something. But they still wanted people, so many people in town, they wanted to allow to drink so they could drink more. Everybody could
Well,
make a
sure.
lot more money.
Making
thought
some money, man.
Thought that was good
Yeah.
common sense.
So it's just a drizzle there, Barry. You're looking at it out the window or something?
I'm looking out at, yeah, drizzle right now in Metairie.
There's a drizzle in May. That'll be on top of the news tonight.
Yeah, baby. Well, it hasn't rained. We're like 30 inches below normal here, you know. And last year we were 5 feet above normal. So it's kind of like really
Have they ever solved that problem with the salt water coming up the river?
there's been enough rain, I think, in the
Yeah.
Ohio Valley area that it's pushed the
Safe
salt
now.
intrusion back a little bit.
Right.
Plus, they
But
put
more
some
people in
berms.
Plaquemines, they still have it.
Yeah, well, it kind of made it that far up, but it didn't make it to New Orleans. They thought it was going to make it to the French Quarter by now, but it didn't.
Hey
Because
guys,
it could have just
Hey,
served a lot
how
of
you
salt,
doing?
What say, Snake?
serve a lot of salty dogs in the bars. It'd be okay.
There you go, right. Put that salt on the rim.
Howdy, Snake.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
Snake, I'm glad to see you.
Glad to be seen.
Yeah, we were.
Incidentally, one of the best banjo players in the world died this week. Steve Caddick.
Oh, yeah.
I knew Steve well.
Wonderful player.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had a tough run at the end here.
Yeah, he had a lot of chemo and finally got him.
Yeah.
Did you know him?
You know,
Chris?
what was interesting that Steve, when he was laid up in bed, he couldn't work on the banjos anymore. So he started what he called doodling. And he was making these beautiful drawings. And I don't know if you saw any of them, Snake,
I saw him. I saw
but
him.
they were just gorgeous. And then his daughter was putting those designs, if you wanted, on T-shirts.
Oh,
Well, he
yeah.
did a lot of metal etching too.
Yeah. So I've got 2 of the T-shirts of some of the nicest drawings that I've ever seen. They're just beautiful.
But he was a hell of a player.
He was a
Yeah.
very nice guy too. Really nice guy.
Did you know him?
Yeah, I knew him pretty good.
Okay.
Back when I was doing all those banjo rallies.
Wasn't he up in Maine or something like that?
And I think so. But I was doing all those banjo rallies. I'd see him at all of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was a hell of a player. I saw him do Hindustan on the tube here yesterday, and he's all over that thing.
Yeah. Well, he started out playing as a kid with his dad. So he had a lot of time to work these numbers up.
Sure.
All right. Let's see. Well, let me try to find a picture to slip in to get everybody talking again.
I sent the pictures today. Did you get them?
Oh, I'll look. I didn't see him.
Oh. It's sort of interesting.
Okay, here's a songbook. Talk about that, and I'll go find the pictures.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got
Dig,
that.
dig deep
Got
with
a
that
couple of
together.
those at home. Yeah.
They gave that out in the club to all the customers so they could sing along.
We never had him in the New York club.
You didn't?
No.
That's unusual. 'Cause
We
you
had them down in New Orleans, but we never really used them. I don't remember using them.
Yeah, we did. Well, we handed them out sometimes. He kept them in boxes by the door.
Yeah.
And I know I ended up with a couple copies of it. I got them in my little keepsake box.
Yeah, I got a copy. Yeah.
Yeah, the band used to mess with the people and tell them to turn to page 412 in your songbook.
Yeah, right.
It's like only about 15 pages long, you know.
Can't find
Flipping and flipping and flipping. Yeah.
Okay, we got a Karen LE picture here.
Yeah, I know Karen.
Yeah. She was working in a flower shop around the street. I was over there getting some flowers. I just took a picture of her.
Uh-huh.
But she
Yeah.
did-
I took Karen to my junior senior prom.
You did?
Yeah. I got a picture of her and me at the prom, and my grandma always liked how tall she was. So even after Bonnie and I are married, the only picture she had of me with a girl was me and Karen. She said, "Oh, yeah, she's so tall." I said,
Yeah.
"Yeah."
Billy, what was her last name?
Stevenson was her maiden name.
Oh.
And she married Tommy Barrios, who also went to high school with me, but then she divorced him, married Ed.
Yeah, she wasn't married to Tommy very long, I don't think.
No.
Was she married Ed? Karen?
Yes, she did.
And Allie.
Right.
But-
That's the Karen that used to work at the club.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I
Yes,
have
she
a
did.
picture in my queue with her in it, in her flapper outfit.
Yes.
Yeah.
She worked behind the bar and the beer stands.
Yeah, and she danced at some outside jobs too.
She was in the training film we did, Super Waiter, Dumb Waiter.
Super dumb waiter. Is that what?
Whatever happened to that footage, Barry?
I don't know. I played the Super Waiter and Eddie played Dumb Waiter.
I think Fred shot that, didn't he?
Fred was like the producer.
That's right. Well, yeah,
What he said.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah. But it'd be fun to see the footage to that.
I used to ask Fred if he had copies of it. He said he didn't know where they were.
Oh, okay. He
Well,
must have shot it.
It was a few years ago.
Yeah, there was no
Okay, guys.
videotape back then, so he had to do it on film, 8 or 16, I guess.
Be great to see that because we had a lot of fun putting that together.
Hmm.
All right, Roger, explain that one.
Oh, let me tell you about this one. We're having tryouts for new waitresses. No. This was John Murata called me. He said, "Hey, I got a outside gig I want you to take care of." I said, "Okay, John, what is it?" He said, "We need a band over to Mississippi State Fair." I said, "Okay, what the heck?" So I put the group together in a band. We went over there and spent a few days. And this is one of the activities. They had all these big weird pictures up all over the park of and then you're supposed to go inside, see some sort of weird shit. I don't know. So I just took a
thought that was-
picture.
I thought that was when we were just trying to get people to buy garters.
I thought that was at your apartment.
It really. I have a bunch more. I just happened to run across that one.
Yeah.
It's,
Here I am.
Barry, hey, Rick, how you?
Hey, what's up?
Barry,
Family.
you ever hear of a combo called Bad Penny and the Pleasure Makers, something like that in New Orleans?
No, I have not.
No. Well, they were advertising come and play in Abita Springs, and they say they're from New Orleans, but they had a picture of them. They had a 4-string banjo, clarinet, looked like a trumpet and a washboard. I didn't see any tuba, or anything. But they said they
What was the
played
name
the
of the
old
band,
traditional
Bill?
jazz and stuff, so I might go check them out. They're at the Abita Springs Playhouse
Right.
a couple Saturdays from now.
What was the
What
name?
was the name of the band?
Bad Penny. Let me see. I wrote it down. Bad Penny and the Pleasure Makers.
Oh,
Ed Penny, that's a hell of a name.
Yeah. Yeah. And I had never heard of them, but it was just always see somebody with a 4-string banjo, figure, well, they're not a guitar, they're not a picking band. They, and so but they said that they played the old traditional stuff and all. So I'll go see if they know Minnie the Mermaid.
Bring your
Play something
washboard.
the whole
Bill.
band knows. I'll give them all the mustache kibitz stuff and see if they throw me out.
Bring your washboard.
I don't know where that thing is. Y'all can maybe mail me down the one that
Pete,
Yeah, Jeff.
Pete left or somebody left up there.
I don't know.
Mhm.
Anyway, let me see. Let me see.
All right, I'll get off in just a second, Bill.
Oh, that's okay.
What's this, Roger?
this is the fire department that was at the state fair. They had a fire station right there. These guys look pretty relaxed, so
Well, that's a good thing.
some old fire truck in there. I guess they actually used it.
Well, it must have been in the 60s, I guess, huh? Or
This was in the late 60s, yeah, 67 maybe.
did they sing "My Father Was a Fireman"? He puts
And
out
his daughter
fire.
put out,
The band should have played that.
Well, it doesn't look like if your house is on fire, these are the guys that are going to save it.
yeah, like they're ready to jump up and ready to go. That was a strange event. We were there, and the guy's name who run the fair, his name was Mr. Love. And the bottom of every chair, he had his name written, Love.
And his phone number?
No,
On the wall.
he
At least
was
he didn't
a
have his. At least he
he
didn't have his
was, he
face
was a
on there.
real deep Mississippian type guy. Be careful what you said around him.
Yeah, that's like my neighborhood. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
We're deep red over here.
Okay, Bill, whatever you got.
Oh no, I was just I had put a few things today. One of them had a picture of Karen. Let me see if I can find it here. This was actually from one of the old mustache noses.
Hey, Jim.
Howdy,
Hey,
Jim.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
What y'all doing
Hey,
there?
Jim.
Oh yeah.
That was from the mustache nose. Karen's all the way on the right. And
Yeah.
I'm not sure who the other two girls are, though.
That's not Charmaine, is it? Chicken.
That's not
That's what I was
Charmaine.
going to say. I think so. The one in the middle.
That's not Chicky. No.
You sure? Sure. I guess not.
Yeah, it's
Well,
not.
it really reminds me of her though. Kind of.
Yeah, well, but I don't know the other two girls' names though. The
Yeah.
one in the middle, there was a girl named Susie Peeping, who had brunette hair like that, or bangs.
Peeping.
Susie
Peeping girl.
Peepings.
Peeping Susie.
Yeah, Susie Peeping. And I don't think.
You'll remember a girl that used to hang around the club. Her name was Charlie.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember Charlie.
yeah, I remember her.
Charlie. I remember.
She worked at a beer stand sometimes too, huh?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of beer stand, I saw Bonnie Beatson. It was years after the mustache. We're just at this place at a beach, and there she was. I said, Bonnie. Hadn't seen her in a long time. Her last name was Beatson, but we used to call her Bonnie Beer Stand because she worked a lot.
She was a nice person.
She was
Yeah.
very nice. Yeah.
She was a hard worker too.
Yeah. She was good. Saw her tending bar at some bar down on Bourbon. It was after the mustache was gone, of course, but it was just, I don't remember when it was exactly, how long after that. But
All right.
Got anything else, Billy?
Um,
Okay, here's another one of Rogers.
Oh, you can't. I have the negative of this.
that Ludi standing on his back legs.
That's just a spreadsheet. That's that cat. What's that cat's name?
Ludi.
Yeah,
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 Ludi had short front legs and would sit on his back legs like a bunny.
yeah.
Oh,
He
Ludi.
and Lucian used to stand at the front door. I'd be coming to work in the morning around between 10 and 11. I couldn't figure out why all these people standing out in front of the mustache at this time of day. I'd get down there, and then Lucian would be leaning on his mop or broom, and his cat was standing up like this, looking at the people. Everybody was taking pictures of it. It's funny as hell.
Yeah.
I think it's Ludi on Barry's chest on that shot you'll have from Mardi Gras with him laying down on the.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. He's licking that beer off his lips.
Ludi.
The other cat's name was Gretchen,
Right.
and the cat in New York was named Rhubarb.
Rhubarb. I remember rhubarb.
Yeah. No, it was to be somebody was mean to Ludi once, then put him on a bar stool because his front paws were so short. If he jumped from any kind of height, his front paws were too short to catch him, he would hit his head.
Yeah.
when he would jump off of something high. And I think that the story goes that waiter that did that to him, when he went back to change his clothes at the end of the night, the cat had pissed all over him.
That should be right, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
But
sure
tell you
that's a
what,
true story.
yeah.
Wasn't for, we got this cat and the rats disappeared.
Hmm.
But they used to put poison in the club, these pesticide people, and of course the rats would eat them and climb in between behind the walls and die and smell.
Mhm.
Well, there's a big rat there. No, that's Barry.
Oh,
That's Ludi.
Now you know why I don't drink anymore.
yeah. Don't drink
You
it.
slept pretty good.
No less.
That was the Saturday before Mardi Gras, 1974.
Oh my.
How can you remember, Barry?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I remember past it being passed out. Not
Yeah.
being passed out, but having passed out.
Yeah. It's a good thing we kept our floor nice and clean.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
At least you drank the whole pitcher before you passed out.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't waste any. All right, I better get rid of
Guess
that.
what? It was Joel that carried me to the back.
Oh, okay.
I should get rid of this picture before Dottie walks in.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
she's seen it. She's seen it a bunch of
Yeah.
times.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got the kind of Abraham Lincoln look from the
Oh yeah.
beard.
Oh,
At
yeah.
the,
I think that's the same night that we ran out of beer. That night.
I wonder where it all went.
Barry was saying 4-7 beers ago.
Looks like that's where a lot of it went.
I'm glad we had to wear white pants back then.
Filled the dirt.
Yeah. Well, the waiters didn't. The waiters wore black and white, black pants, white shirts until we went multicolor.
Ludi.
Scotty Hill could never find a pair of white pants to buy to wear. And finally, somebody turned him on. He went to the hardware store and bought painter's pants.
right.
Oh yeah.
He used to wear painter's pants for his white pants.
Yeah.
Little Dutch boy.
They used to deliver ours, right, Kim? We used to just pick them up at the club.
You know.
Yes and no. There was that happened for a while, but most of us had early on. We had to buy them,
Oh, okay.
You know, this is
and once you screwed up one pair of pants, you had to buy them after that.
well, I think this picture's been around for a while. Let me see how it
Oh,
enlarges.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, yes. Who are all those people?
That's what I was about to ask. Joe Taylor.
Besides Joe, I mean,
That's the only one I recognize.
are they actors? Because are they holding instruments they don't play?
Probably.
Could be.
Yeah, why do they have 2 washboards in there?
And it also looks like a composite shot.
Oh,
Well, maybe, but back then I don't know if they bothered that. Well, they might have.
You can see the edges on the hair.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of enlarged quite a bit. It's pixelated a lot. But it's
you
Yeah.
can tell that.
Sarah's washboard looks in better shape than I've ever seen it.
yeah, that was just something I had in the old one. I was just trying to find something we hadn't looked at in a while. That's fine.
That's an oldie.
Interesting.
Yeah.
See, I gotta get
Hey, Roger,
Yes.
did you make it over to that jazz festival last weekend in Chandler?
No, I didn't. I forgot I had some friends coming in from Seattle
Ah,
weekend, so I had to hang out with them. But they got more of those things going on.
yeah, they do that every year in November. And it's a
Yeah.
good festival.
Yeah, but I mean, they have some more music festivals coming up. I want to look at them.
Yeah.
Around me. So it's not
Yeah.
that far.
And here's a few more little talking head shots from the reunion last year. Some people I don't think we looked at yet. Get it.
Well, I started at Your Father's Mustache in New York while I was in college. I wound up never finishing college, but it gave me great business skills. and I had my own restaurant for 35 years, which was a very profitable restaurant and a restaurant that I used a lot of the tools that I was taught at Your Father's Mustache. So I'm very appreciative, and it was the best time of my life.
Kevin Russo. I worked in the Boston Mustache and the Cape, also the improper Bostonian for several years. And like he just said, I went into the same business. I was on Cape Cod. I just sold my last restaurant there after 40 years. And it all started here.
Mustache gave you any ability for that kind of stuff?
Certainly did. That and Howard Johnson's. He was my roommate in college.
My favorite story is my first job at Your Father's Mustache was a parking lot attendant and a janitor at the original Cape Cod. And from there, I went down to New Orleans after the summer, right after Betsy went through. So we saw destruction, Fred and I saw destruction there. And then we started working at the Mustache. And then I started doing bookkeeping. And then from there, I just kept on enjoying my work. Went to Denver, went to open the club in Chicago. Too cold, I went back to New Orleans. Then I went to New York to work out of a corporate office for 3 or 4 years. So Your Father's Mustache was the time of my life, right under my nose.
Okay.
That was good.
Nice.
That's good, Roger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did go to Vancouver, British Columbia to work too.
Yeah, yeah. Again, I got some mileage out of that little old songs rewritten for the 60s
Yeah.
stars.
Oh,
That was pretty funny too.
I like the kid. It's pretty cute.
Yeah, that's good.
Bill, I know you're down in your grandson's room. Looks like you're in a jail cell with a couple beds behind you.
Well, yeah, that's where they sleep when they sleep over there. Lauren went to pick them up today, so I didn't have to go get them. But yeah,
That's perfect what you did with it.
yeah, it just used to be full of computers and monitors.
Yeah, you had all your tools in there.
Yeah. Some of them are back in storage, but I gave away a lot of the desks and monitors to my kids. You know,
Yeah. Well,
I used to have 3 editing bays going all the time when I was working a lot, but didn't have to do that anymore. So I have 1 editing station, but I squeeze it into Bonnie's dad's office next to us. I kind of took some of his furniture out and put my stuff in there. He doesn't ever use it.
Yeah, no.
Keep moving it around.
He doesn't come out of his room as much as he used to. So yeah. We're still kind of squeezed in here though. But it's working out, you know. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, here's one of Roger's pictures.
A Christmas party at Your Father's Mustache, obviously on Bourbon Street. That's Neil and Jean Unterseer.
Oh.
We put decorations on our tree.
Oh yeah, sure it is. Sure it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Neil would always dress up every time we had an event.
Wow.
He was put in the Sportsman's Hall of Fame up in Nebraska. He was a championship tennis player and basketball player.
Never knew that. Never knew that.
I have an article on it. I'll put it up next time. You all can look at it. It's very impressive. I didn't know. I knew he wears strong. I knew he played sports, but I didn't know he was at the top level. Plus, he's a great artist. Also,
That I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, you said he painted the fire truck, didn't you?
Yeah, he painted everything on the side of the fire truck. But he had his house in Kiln, Mississippi, I believe it's called. It's where
They don't say the end though; they just say kill.
Yeah. I went to
Brett
visit.
Favre, that's where Brett Favre's from. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, his wife, Brett Favre's wife, has a bar there, and I went to visit them, and they have a really nice, cute little house and everything. And I said, "Where do you do your painting?" Still follow me. So we went out of the house and we walked through the woods on this little path. And we walked in this big, real nice sized building, air conditioned, all fixed up, and all of his artwork was in there. He does paintings and all kinds of real fine things. He does. He did a painting of who was it? Oh, Willie Nelson. and Willie Nelson was in New Orleans, and Neil took the painting down to him, and I really liked it so much. And Neil said, "Would you sign your
Hey,
name?"
David,
He said, "Yeah." So he signed his name on the picture.
He did that. He did that painting of the
Neil
horse.
did all that work there. Yeah.
Nice.
He was. He seemed like a sort of a quiet type guy, which he
Yeah.
was, but he was a hell of a good banjo player, tenor banjo player, and a good singer. And he and I and his wife and my first wife, we were just real good friends. We went around a lot together. I tried to have him give me banjo lessons, but I realized I didn't have the time.
That's a good job of painting on that truck.
Oh,
Beautiful. It's
yeah,
nice.
that truck. The truck was in terrible condition. We picked it up in Laplace, and I forgot how I found out about it. Anyway, a bunch of us drove up there, and I drove it back, and it was chain driven, and it was really filthy. So I took it to this place called Like New. They painted it beautiful red, and then I knew Neil could do this type of stuff, so I asked him if he would do this. He said, "Absolutely."
Is Neil playing on there? Is it?
What's that?
Is Neil
No,
playing?
no, George Burns playing in the middle, and Neil on the side, and Vince Vance or Vic, what's his
Yeah.
name?
Wilbur Kate.
Warren Spotswood is on the trombone, and Don Summers is playing the tuba. And that's Gary Nickerson and Edwin Krebs, the other two.
Yeah. Ed was a real nice guy too.
Yeah, Edwin was. He was a good man.
Here's the Like New place.
Exactly. I was in my manager's outfit that day.
Yeah. You were running the beer chugging contest for the paint guys, huh?
Yeah, it was.
I bet the guy that painted it was, because he's usually painting cars. I bet he had a good time.
Yeah, he used that for his advertising.
Oh,
Mhm.
Yeah, that was. He was a real nice guy.
But
He
even
said, if
you-
your house is on fire, call Roger.
I got in trouble because I kept the siren and the bell on that for the longest time until the police pulled me over one day and said, "Hey man, what are you doing?" I said, "I'm blowing my siren and hitting my bell." I said, "You can't do that." People think you're a real fire truck. Go to fire. I said, "You got to
I think
disconnect."
the fact you hit no doors didn't bother him at all, though. Huh?
you know, Roger, in Denver, there were a lot of cops came into the club. We got to know them, and we'd take that fire truck out on the route, going around all the motels, putting out free passes. And we'd have a bunch of people together with us that, came in the club, guys, girls, whatever, whoever. And we pull up behind a cop car and turn on the siren. And these people had shit a brick thinking we were all going to jail that day. The cops just came out of their car, hollering and yelling and threatening us, and then cracking up and laughing. It was a lot of fun, man. I always wanted to buy that fire truck, and it used to sit out on Morrison Road, Snake, not too far from the old Monview Village. But I don't know whatever happened to it. It's been gone for a long time.
Did they have a hook and ladder truck there at one time? Do you know?
It was it had ladders on it. I don't know about the hook, but it was a
where the back-
1926 American
you have
France
to have
open
that had
cab,
drive
and
in the back?
the radiator had big leaks on it. So when we drove it, we had a 50-gallon barrel drum right about up above your head, Roger, there. And we'd have to stop every now and then and put water in the radiator. It was fun driving it up in the mountains that way.
Oh, really? Jesus.
oh, yeah.
Those fire trucks were a lot of fun. And what a great promo, huh?
Well,
Yeah.
those tires look like they're in excellent shape too.
Yeah, yeah.
Look expensive too.
How much did it cost, Roger, when you bought it?
Oh, I have no idea. I can't
remember.
remember.
Yeah.
I just took cash with me.
We used to have people come into the club, and we'd get to know them pretty well. And somebody every now and then they'd say, "Hey, my boss is coming in from the East Coast somewhere. Can I rent you and your fire truck to go pick him up at the airport? It'll freak him out." And I said, "Oh hell, we'll do it for nothing. Just bring them in and we'll have a good time." We go out to the airport and pick up these people coming in from the airport in that fire truck, and it was so damn funny.
That was my first company vehicle. Not too many people get a fire truck as a company vehicle.
Boy.
I just think you could Uber with it now, right?
Yeah.
I might
Wow.
picking up people at the airport and all.
Yeah, I got that picture hanging in my office there.
Here's Murata's company vehicle.
And that's the one that came out of New Orleans. I got that car down in Florida.
Yep, I remember.
And they repainted it.
We have a picture of you in front of a house up in New Orleans.
They used to call it Rosie.
Did you drive that thing from Florida to New York?
Yeah, well, I got it in Florida, and I
Yeah,
drove it to New Orleans until the club disappeared, and then they drove it up to New York.
Going up to New York.
It had a Mustang engine in it.
Oh Lord, really? Oh my.
It's so funny because when you're driving down the highway, this old replica of a car, people just couldn't understand it.
How many of those cars do we have? One or two?
Cars?
Yeah.
We just had one.
See, because that one said 7th Avenue, but the one in New Orleans said New Orleans painted on it, unless they redid the job.
This was our car in New York.
No, the one in New Orleans didn't have New Orleans on it. It never got painted. I just kept it.
But see, I'm confused because if that shot with Tara and we just saw, they had a car in New York, they also have one in New Orleans.
There's the car there. There's
Yeah.
no New Orleans on it.
And nothing's on it. But
Yeah.
at the end, it had something on it.
I don't
When
think
I
so.
drove it back up to New York, it had you follow his mustache, if I remember. 'Cause,
With the address.
yeah. That's why I think we had two cars.
Well, what happened to them?
You also had a fire engine in New Orleans, right?
One of the cars that was in New Orleans, I know I drove to New York after the mustache burned down.
Yeah, we got this after the fire truck we couldn't spend any more money on it to keep it going. So we found this guy who made these replicas of antique cars down in Florida.
Ira, what'd y'all do with the car after I dropped it off in New York?
We drove it up to Joel's house in Connecticut.
Huh.
Yeah, he wanted that car. We drove it up there.
There's Ed Alley there, and there's
Yeah.
Ed, Tom, and I
Tom.
don't know the girl.
and that's Carlita Carroll.
Oh, okay.
So we've been trying to figure that out for years. Arleta Carroll.
Well, I met this girl in. Be careful what I say. I met her in Mexico, on a beach in Puerto Escondido, and she lived up in Nebraska. And then we kept in touch. In those days, you had to actually mail a letter or call off someone on the phone. So I
Primitive.
was fond of her, so I asked her, "Why don't you come on down to New Orleans and live a while?" Well, there she is.
Tom, put the other picture back on, the one that said 7th Avenue.
Okay.
That's the one where Tara's driving.
Give me a second.
I think Murata's driving.
Murata is?
Give me a second. It takes me a minute here. I'm not. Fuck, where is it?
It happens like that every time I say get it up again.
Do you know her too?
Oh, you're right, Murata. But there was one before where Joe Terra was driving.
Yeah, there is. I'll find it. Give me a second.
That's Sam Palafian next to Murata.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, and that picture was taken, I think, before I drove the car back up to New York. That picture, because Christine was still with him.
Here's Tara driving.
See, Christine was still with him and Bob Adams. When I drove it back off, Bob and Christine were gone.
Well, they're together there.
I see him.
With Gene Shalit.
Gene
Gene
Shalit,
Shalit.
yeah.
What the hell was he doing there? Oh well. Oh,
Probably stopped in as a customer.
could have been. Could have been.
He was looking for a hairy mustache.
That Tim
Yeah.
Shea, the
But Ari, you see what I'm saying? That picture was taken the end of '75. Yeah, the end of '75. Christine is there, Bob's there, and this is Tim Shea. That's '75, '74.
I don't think Christine and Bob were together in 75.
That's or '74.
Maybe.
But the thing is, the car I drove up, it was January of '76 when I drove it up to New York.
Which car did you drive up?
That's what I'm saying. I think there were two cars.
Well, they're definitely two different cars.
That's what I think. I don't think it's the same car. I think it's two
No,
different.
it's not. Huh. What, you drive it up with Danny from New Orleans?
That's right. And it didn't have 7th Avenue and 10th Street on it. It had Eufaula's Mustache, New Orleans.
It didn't. Well, it didn't have anything written on the side of the one.
No, in that picture we saw just now, it didn't have anything. But after that, somebody put it on because when Danny and I drove it to New York, I remember pulling into a Shakey's Pizza Parlor, and they all came out and said, "Oh, Eufaula's Mustache, play us the tune." So we got it. We played music at some Shakey's in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Did they give you a pizza?
They did.
The other thing I saw in that car that was in front of that house that Tom was by, it had a Your Father's Mustache banner on the antenna.
Yeah, that was a flag they had for
Yeah.
people to put on the antennas.
Yeah.
But Barry,
That's
those
the
are
only
two
thing I saw
different
that said
cars.
Your Father's Mustache on
Two
it.
different cars, don't you think?
Yeah, they're different cars.
Yeah.
But I think.
Yeah, I have another picture of that car at City Park.
I don't know. I don't remember having that one.
Well, I know I have it. I didn't give it to you.
Well, what's the matter with you?
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing I can see is like on this one, they got the little banner. It says Your Father's Mustache
yeah.
Right.
on the antenna.
I actually have one of them.
Yeah.
So do I.
Yeah. You got one too, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got one of those.
Actually, Peter Babcock had two of them and he gave me one. And he always had one on his 67 Mustang
Huh.
that his son now has in Cape Cod or in Boston somewhere.
Mustache, mustache.
I got one of those flags somewhere.
Yeah, I got one. Oh, that's the White House.
Oh, you're seeing these as I go through them?
Heard that one.
Yeah,
Yeah. There's the songbook.
Oh, you got your whole screen up there.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
okay. Oh, look at that nice guy.
I should have put the porno down.
I got one of those Frisbees.
You got the Hardy Boys meet the Fertile Girls.
This is going to blow all my pictures. Everybody's going to know what I have.
You can't see it that well.
Yeah.
We're just seeing a little thumbnail of it.
These are all my promotional pictures. I divide
Barry,
them.
there's your card.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I have a flag anymore. Can't find it.
Yeah, I don't remember having a scan of a flag here, so you might must have been yours.
Oh well.
Oh, well.
Yeah, based on what y'all saying, it had to be two different vehicles because
It was
yeah.
definitely
Looked
two
like it.
vehicles.
Yeah.
What it looked like. Nice car though.
I saw one of the pictures, Tom, one of the titles, he had Jay Brackett in there
Oh, yeah.
in one of the pictures.
I don't know. A lot of people I don't know.
Jay was an interesting character.
I told
He
you a story
he
when I
opened
was
up the
on
New
the road.
Orleans Club.
When I was on the road with Jay, I've told the story before, but he used to love to watch the show Jeopardy.
Yeah.
I've never seen him miss a Jeopardy question. He knew every one.
Goodness.
Uh,
Wow.
Hey, Chris, you looked really suave and boner on your, all dressed up for your event over the weekend.
Yeah, that was just last night.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you looked really good.
Yeah, it was great fun, and you know, it's a great cause. It's Easter Seals here in Western Pennsylvania. They do great things for families, especially, you know.
Is that Dottie on the bottom right?
Yeah,
That's God. Yeah.
Joel and Dottie on the top. On the side
Yeah.
is Jamie, Bryce, and Dennis Condry.
Yeah.
Where was that taken?
Clearwater,
Ah,
at the bar in Clearwater.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that festival starts this weekend.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
I bet it's gonna be great.
What year were we up there? Y'all remember?
I'm trying to remember if it was 2016 or 2015, somewhere around there.
It was 16
Yeah,
because I moved to Florida a couple of months after that, and we moved here in I think June.
that was a great weekend. Hanging out that we were at this hotel a little ways away from where the music was going on, and had a great. The patio was unbelievable.
That was great.
Yeah,
It was
had some good jam sessions out there a couple of nights, and a lot of sitting around with some good food and some good drinks, and
That was
and
great.
and a bird that came down and shared your dinner with you. They
They
called him
7
George.
years
I
ago.
forget. He's an egret. Yeah, an egret, and
Oh.
his name George.
Damn.
That was a great time. Great
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, we have a lot of egrets down here.
Oh yeah.
Usually got that, yeah.
Hey,
That's-
Tom, you have a picture of that Chevy I sent you?
The what? Okay, your picture that
Chevy?
the one that you just sent today.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting. There's one with people in the water. Okay, it's coming.
Story behind this.
Yeah.
Took my Chevy to the levee.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, the Chevy.
That's my '56 Chevrolet. And I
Oh, boy.
told you part of the story. When I went down to New Orleans for a night, went in the Mustache, run into Joe. Fred worked there. He was going to the Cape for the summer and wanted me to come with him. I said, Fred, I don't have any money. The car he had broke down in Independence, Missouri. I thought, well, okay, Fred, I have a car. I'll sell you my car. So I sold him that Chevy. And then I said, I have some money to go to Cape Cod with you now. So he kept that for a long time and always kept my set of keys in case I need to borrow. At the Cape, I would take off sometimes, go on a little journey.
Yeah,
Those were
man.
my favorite cars.
Yeah. Good one.
AM radio and a heater, and that's probably it, huh?
Yeah.
What's that?
I said probably had an AM radio and a heater, and that's about
It
it.
did
Huh?
have a thing of radio on it. Heater.
Yeah, I used to drive my mom's old Falcon when I first started driving. That's all it had. It had an AM radio and a heater.
It's sad that all the cars now don't have the
Hood
logo,
ornaments, yeah.
the
They don't-
hood ornaments. Those were so nice.
They took them all off. You know, no one has them.
Yeah.
I think people used to steal them or something, I guess.
Well, they only had so many makes of cars back then too. I remember my dad, when we drove to Texas once on a long vacation, we got like a little bingo thing, but it was with cars, and it would have like the colors and the makes of the cars, and you would, if you see the car, a red Pontiac, okay, you got a red Pontiac. But now you got all these other cars, you know.
I had a 58 Impala,
Yeah.
2 years older than this one, or newer than this one.
I have another picture of a car when I first went to New Orleans. I'll have to find it. It's I think a 49 Plymouth.
Oh.
I was down there when Kennedy got shot. Oh, this girl here, this is my new hire. This was at the Mississippi State Fair. Sorry.
Diana Ross, right?
So all these people were looking for work, and we needed some waitresses and stuff to help out. I hired her and some of her friends.
He said she looks like one of the Supremes. I can't tell you which one though.
Yeah, then she caught my attention.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pull up some more, Tom. You got
Yeah, I got somebody coming out of the water here.
Godzilla.
Well, that's Neil and Gene Undershare there. That's at the Lake Pontchartrain when you could get in the water.
Oh, okay.
Supposedly it's safe to swim again, but I wouldn't go in it.
Yeah. It was in 66 or 67 now. We were having a great time. We're out there playing baseball.
That must have been right on the seawall, right? We used to go in.
Yeah.
Neil even wears a collar when he goes swimming.
Yeah, I don't know if they were planning on being in the water, but we were playing beer ball. You know, we have a keg on the first base. You gotta run the first and chug a beer before you can go any further. We had a lot of fun.
She's a cutie.
Yeah.
Weren't we all back then?
Yeah.
Oops, well, that's it.
Okay, let's see.
And we're taking the next 2 weeks off. Is that right?
Yeah, because I'm going to California and I can't do it.
Now, I actually took a job next week on Thursday. One of the schools that I gave away as part of my, was just getting rid of stuff. This guy that I gave some stuff to just stopped showing up at places. These are places I had shot for 20 years, and he said he wanted to do it. And I said, well, I didn't want to leave him in a bind. I said, I'll come back and record it for you. I'll help you find somebody else. But yeah, it's not that hard of a job. It's just, kind of bummed me out because I'm trying to take care of people,
Oh, yeah.
November 30th is when we'll be back.
And then the next Thursday is Thanksgiving. So
Yeah.
Right.
2 weeks from today, then.
So we're all going to get to Chris's house and have an Italian Thanksgiving.
That was good.
You're all welcome.
Well, thank you.
I just put another cup of water in the soup. That's all.
Yeah. That'll be good soup.
Short talking.
It's my favorite mustache song. I would say, hello, my baby. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. My grandmother started me on a ukulele, and my dad had a banjo in the closet. And that was it. The rest is showbiz history. What it did for my life, oh, gee whiz. At the time, it was the main thing in our lives, I could say how I started at the Mustache. I was fooling around with a banjo. I was in local theater. And the music director would hear me fooling with the banjo and he'd say, look, I know a place where you might fit in. And he took me down there, started as a waiter, waiting tables, and then became a banjo player. And
to the reunion here in New Haven.
Innkeeper, beer from Amen and horses and a lusty wench for myself.
That's good.
Just a few more little clips, yeah. Heather and Jan, you know. Let's see.
Heather and Jan, did you work at the Mustache?
Yes, remember them? Heather and Jan, they were twins.
Cool.
I think they were Scandinavian, Jan and Heather.
I remember one night, Billy and I were throwing out a big Norwegian sailor. Billy says to me, "I'm glad you're with me." And I said, "It doesn't matter, Billy. If he starts swinging, we're dead."
Yeah, I was counting on time to beat a muscle, and I was just going to kind of steer him out the door there, you know. But we were trying to talk sense to this guy. I said, "Look, bud, you could. The cops are going to be out there. They can put you in jail." He looked at us. He said, "In St. Louis, I was in jail 4 times." No, he was not in. So what?
You didn't put the fear of God in him, huh?
No, it's a good thing he wasn't out to hurt anybody because he was some strong. Good Lord.
Crazy Scandinavians, you know.
Oh yeah.
Bunch of wacko nut jobs.
So I just found that if you kept pushing, if you kept him moving, you could get him out.
Yeah, we know he ended up going out, but then he climbed back in through the beer stand window.
Oh, Lord.
We had to get him out again. But no, one time I think I must have sold about 30 hats to a table of Norwegian sailors because they kept buying them and they put them on their heads and then they would pound on them until they crumble. And then they'd, bring me more hats. I was okay, here I come.
Wow. I met a Norwegian girl at the bar one time at the Mustache.
Yeah.
We went over to the. I guess it was still Andy's. It might have been Clarity by then. I don't know.
Yeah.
Some of those
That's the end of that story, though.
Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say. Huh?
But the word was out about the Mustache as far as those Norwegians went. When they would dock in,
they came.
They'd all come to the Mustache.
They were.
They loved it.
Guys, I'm about to run. We'll see y'all next week. Well, 2 weeks.
Oh, Rick, yeah. Happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, Rick. See you.
Have a happy Thanksgiving, Rick.
Happy Thanksgiving, Rick.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Let the good times roll.
I think that's the time Joel came to town. I didn't make that restaurant that day.
That was French Quarter Fest.
Yeah.
Joel and Mike and myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I had made it down there for that. That would have been fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What year was that?
Oh, gee, you got me.
Yeah. I guess sometime between Carnegie Hall and New Haven. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. I got just a short audio clip. I mean, some music, it's real short, not even the whole song, unless I can find that. Let's see, because I know we're wrapping up soon. Yes, video.
David, anything?
I tried to get H to come to this meeting tonight, but he said he'd try, but I guess he couldn't make it.
That was about my favorite part of the Carnegie Hall thing was when the band was just playing and we could just hang out and talk and
Jam sessions in the lobby bar were pretty good too.
Very good. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I got a big birthday coming up in about 2 weeks.
How old?
What you gonna be? What you gonna do?
86.
86.
Oh, you old goat. Happy birthday in advance, you old goat.
Happy birthday, Snake.
Just like Maxwell Smart.
Yeah.
86. That's
Well,
amazing.
now we're gonna have to 86 you.
That's right.
Oh, so you won't be getting a virgin.
Yes, indeed. Well, happy birthday, Snake. What day is it going to be?
It's the 25th.
25th. Is that Thanksgiving Day or is that?
No, it's the 23rd.
Okay.
Yeah, Thanksgiving's on the 23rd.
23rd.
2 days later.
Yeah,
We'll
I
have to
had-
celebrate with you on the next week.
Okay.
Yes, indeed.
Well, we're gonna be gone for, there won't be a session here for 2 weeks now.
Right.
Well, Tom's traveling, and I took a job that next Thursday. So, unless somebody wants to, do
So
it.
3 weeks from today, we come back.
Right, right. On the 30th, right.
The Thursday after Thanksgiving.
The 7th?
The 30th, yeah.
The 30th, right.
Oh, the
I'll
day.
send you all
week
notices.
after Thanksgiving, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Any
Okay,
updates on
and-
Joel?
No.
Roger said he talked to just before the last meeting, was it 2 weeks? It might have been 2 weeks ago. You said you had talked to
Yeah,
Joel.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So, anyway.
All right,
still in
gang.
reach?
See you after Thanksgiving.
Good to
Don't
see you
Okay,
guys.
everybody.
Take care. Have a great
Okay, happy
Thanksgiving.
Happy holiday.
See you in a
Happy
couple
Thanksgiving,
3
yo.
weeks.
All right,
Be
you
well.
too.
Hey,
Everybody
Chris,
have
you
a
better
good
start
time.
cooking now.
Be thankful for what you have.
Yeah,
Enjoy
that's true.
yourself.
I'm thankful
And
for you
we'll
guys.
all be back
y'all for
in
staying
3
with us.
weeks.
Okay,
Take care,
three
guys.
weeks.
Legal.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Tom. Appreciate it.